Hi, today's lesson is on simplifying or reducing fractions, specifically those with variables. I have Hannah here with me today. Hi, Hannah.
Hi.
Okay, Hannah, we're going to simplify or reduce fractions, and we're going to do that by factoring out the greatest common factor of the numerator and the denominator. Let's start with a fraction that we're familiar with. This one does not have any variables, but Hannah, you should have already learned how to simplify this type of fraction. You find the greatest common factor of 27 and 36. What's that? What's the biggest number that goes into 27 and 36?
9.
9. So we rewrite 27 as 3 times 9, and 36 as 4 times 9. And that's something that we're going to be doing a lot in this lesson. We're going to be expanding the numerator and expanding the denominator into a product of factors so that we can see what we can cancel out. Because we can cancel out anything that is on the top and on the bottom when we're multiplying a whole bunch of things on top and a whole bunch of things on the bottom. So what can we cancel out in this fraction?
The 9s.
The 9s. And the 9, remember, is the greatest common factor. That's what we cancel out. That leaves us with 3 over 4. So 27 over 36 reduced is 3 over 4. And the greatest common factor was 9. Okay, this next one, Hannah, gets a little bit harder because it has a variable. So the way we're going to do problems like these when we have variables, and that's what we're going to be focusing on in the numerator and the denominator, we're going to expand the numerator and denominator as a product of numbers and variables, okay? So we're going to write 7n as 7 times n and 11n as 11 times n.
Okay.
Now again, remember, when we're multiplying a whole bunch of things on top and a whole bunch of things on the bottom, we can cancel out anything that is on the top and on the bottom. Okay, so what can we cancel out in this problem?
The ends.
The ends. And that leaves us with 7 over 11, and that's 7n over 11n reduced. So what is the greatest common factor of 7n and 11n?
N.
N. N is the biggest factor that goes into both 7n and 11n. Okay, now look, this one's even a little harder. We have 20y to the third over 25y to the fourth. Okay, the 20 over 25, we're going to do that just like we did 27 over 36. We're going to think about the biggest number that goes into 20 and 25. What's that? Biggest number that goes into 20 and 25?
5.
5. So we're going to write 20 as 4 times 5, and we're going to write 25 as 5 times 5. Now, again, we want to expand the numerator and expand the denominator into a product of numbers and letters. So how can we expand y to the third? What does y to the third mean?
Y times Y times Y.
That's right. So we'll write this as y times y times y, and y to the fourth?
Y times Y times Y times Y.
That's right, 4 y's. Now, the rule is when we're multiplying a whole bunch of things on top and a whole bunch of things on the bottom, we can cancel out anything that is both on the top and on the bottom. So what can we cancel out in this problem?
The 5s and 3 Ys.
The 5s and 3 y's. Okay? And that leaves us with a 4 on top and 5y on the bottom. Hannah, this is a tricky question. What is the greatest common factor then? Remembering that the greatest common factor is what we cancel out. What's the biggest factor that goes into 20y to the third and 25y to the fourth?
5 and Y cubed.
Yes, 5y cubed, or 5y to the third power. Real good. There you go. 5y to the third power is the greatest common factor in this problem. Okay, and here's our last problem. Now we got several letters, exponents for the letters, and we have these coefficients 9 and 3. Okay, so let's get through this last one. Remember the 9 and 3, we have to think about the biggest number that goes into 9 and 3. What's that?
3.
3. So we rewrite 9 as 3 times 3, and 3 is just 3. And to expand the top, we have 2 a's and 2 b's. So you know that a squared is a times a, and b squared is b times b.
Okay.
And on the bottom, we have 3 a's, 1 b, and 1 c. Hannah, I want you to cancel out what is both on the top and on the bottom. Because when we are multiplying a whole bunch of things on top and a whole bunch of things on the bottom, we can cancel out anything that's both on the top and on the bottom. So go ahead and cancel out, just like I was doing in the other problems. Just draw a line through them. There you go. 1, 3 is gone. 1a. Now 2 a's and a b. So what's that leave us on the top?
That's
What's left on the top?
a 3b.
3b. And on the bottom?
AC.
AC. So this fraction reduced is 3b over AC. Hannah, here's a really tricky question. What then is the greatest common factor of the numerator and the denominator? It's a hard question.
3a squared b.
That's right. 3a to the second power b, or 3a squared b. So, when simplifying or reducing fractions with variables, you want to expand the top and expand the bottom into a product of numbers and variables. The rule is when you have everything expanded then, and you're multiplying everything on top and everything on the bottom, you can cancel out anything that is both on the top and on the bottom. And what you cancel out, that's your greatest common factor. And what's left, that's your fraction reduced. So, Hannah, why don't we give everybody at home some time to try some problems and let them get ahead in math.
Okay.
Thanks, Hannah.
Thank you.